This is definitely one of the stories that you read about online that, first of all, you have to ask yourself, why did this happen? What was the motive in this story? And as far as we know, there isn't one. Today I'm going to take you to the location where 59-year-old Uber Eats driver Randall Cook was stabbed and dismembered by a crazed lunatic MS13 gang member who lived at the home. Let's talk about it. We're currently making our way to Moog Road here in Holiday, Florida, which is about 40 miles northwest of Tampa. And this is the same street where that house is located, where 59-year-old Randall Cook was horribly murdered and dismembered. So let's go back to April 19th, 2023. Randall just texted his wife at around 6:55 p.m. And he says, hey baby, I'm coming home. I'm just gonna drop off this delivery and then I am done. So she's probably expecting him home within the next 10 minutes or so, probably live in the area. So some time passed and he's not back yet. So she texts him at 7:13 p.m. and he doesn't respond. She probably waits a few minutes and calls his phone, and his phone is no one's answering. She then calls the sheriff's department here, and they get the records from Uber and they find the address of where his last delivery was. So they go to the house, which is right on the other side of this truck right here, and they're kind of looking around the house to see, if they can find any clues or what have you. And when they open the trash containers in the house, well, the first clue that they knew something was wrong was there was a human foot with a black sock on it. And then they proceeded to call the detectives because you have a bunch of dismembered body parts in bags in front of this very home right here on Moog Drive. So they then, or I imagine they would get a search warrant and come into the house, and they did find a couple of Randall's things that he owned. They found his wedding ring amongst a couple things. They found his car. It was 3/10 of a mile away from here, so I don't know if it was here or it was over there or something like that. But they found his car, and in the car was his Uber Eats delivery bag, some bloody towels, and some bloody rags. Eventually, they ran into this man right here, Oscar Adrian Solis, 30 years of age, a reported MS13 gang member, and they arrested him and charged him with a murder. So this was the home where Mr. Solis was living at the time. Now, there was an article saying that he was a bouncer at a strip club and doing that for a living at the time of his arrest. I can't either confirm that or whatever, but he was definitely arrested. He was charged with, of course, the first-degree murder and some kind of charge of abuse of a corpse. This guy just got out of prison in Indiana. He had did 4 years for a robbery and for an assault. And while he was in prison, he has assault on staff. He has a stabbing on another inmate on his record. And definitely, as you can tell by the pictures, this guy is a very, very dangerous person, very, very dangerous man. And when the deputies got a search warrant to search this house, the roommate that lived here at the time, now I don't know if they're still there. I highly doubt that they're still there. But as far as I know, nobody else has been arrested for this crime other than Oscar. The other inmates, the other roommates, or more like the inmates or whatever, of this house, they weren't charged as far as I know. Now, in the video, it does show that Mr. Cook coming to this house and going inside, and then one article says the video stops, another article says that it shows Oscar grabbing this guy and tossing him inside. And supposedly this guy is a big guy. I can't confirm this, but it says online he was 6'4", weighed over 300 pounds. Again, I can't confirm that, but big guy to say the least. And this is where that grisly crime occurred. A very disgusting story. And we don't know why he committed this crime. Obviously, with all the tattoos on his face, this guy is absolutely nuts. There's no reason. He just did it, and that was it. I don't know if this Pasco sheriff's deputy lives in this house or not. It's kind of funny that he lives on the other side of the home from where the murder occurred. I was briefly talking to the neighbor across the street. She was mowing her grass, and she was just looking at me kind of weird, probably wondering what I was doing. And then I explained to her that I have a YouTube channel and that I do these kinds of stories, and she was perplexed as to why I do this for a living. And I said, I'm perplexed as well. But I'm gonna ride the horse as long as I can. So she did not want to speak. She did not care to come on camera for an interview. It wasn't like she was really gonna have much to say. The 15 minutes that I've stayed in this area, I don't think this is a bad neighborhood at all. It's just a regular neighborhood, and then you had an absolutely insane person who probably has some kind of mental illness. No regular, rational person is going to just kill somebody for no apparent reason at all. So I'm thinking there is some kind of undiagnosed mental illness involved with that character, or that possibly he's just crazy. That's it. I guess the video kind of ends right here at Dobie's funeral home. This was where Randall Cook's final arrangements were made. I'm going to imagine, just because of the grisly nature of the crime and what he did to the body, that they weren't going to have a burial. Oftentimes when I read these stories, they're usually cremated if there's a dismemberment or something gross, or some kind of abuse to the corpse or whatever. And again, like I said, no rhyme or reason why this took place. And just a last footnote, in one of the articles, it said that the roommate of Solis had heard some kind of a, quote, horrible noise, and he basically fled in the middle of the night with his family to a hotel. So who knows what took place. In terms of the roommates, probably really just didn't know anything. Probably just, guys are just a nutcase at the end of the day. All right, Lamont at Large, signing out. See you in the next video. Peace out.